The University of Oregon is located in Eugene, a city of 80,000 people, situated in the lush Willamette River Valley, midway between Cascade Mountains and the Pacific Ocean.
Touchdown! Stewart! Yeah, I got your speed right here.
Hey, ball corner 10, outside butt. Are you kidding me?
I'm really proud of where this team's at. We got a lot of work to do.
What's the deal, Doug family? I am Kenjon alongside Jay Stu, and we want to welcome you to another episode of the Ducks of a Feather podcast. We got one heck of a show in store for you guys. We got a special guest coming on. I know you guys want to hear from him. We got some duck and dive that's popping off here in just a sec. Stu, how we doing, baby?
I'm doing fantastic, brother. You know, today I went down to Georgia and played in a golf tournament. And I came back victorious.
I love it. I love it.
Man, getting better at golf.
I need to go pick my golf clubs up and use them. My friends have used my golf clubs more than I have used them.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, you need to do that, man.
I got some nice Callaway Rogues.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Listen, I've only used them twice.
Yeah, you gotta.
I got them in 2018.
Yeah, they outdated, but they still good clubs.
They brand new. They brand new. They brand new. They ain't outdated. They ain't been touched. They brand new. Listen, today, I didn't win today, okay? I was at the DMV.
Never win.
I got whipped every time I went. So I said, you know what? I'm going to try this again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Get your tags right, man.
No, it's not my tags, man. I got to handle some other stuff. They got my driving record blocked off. Can't nobody do it. And I'm trying to get some things done, okay? And what I need to get done, they need to be able to look into my driving record, but they can't look into my driving record for whatever reason. They got me high profile and got it blocked off to where can't nobody look at it. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to go in there and get that. I need y'all to take this screen off. But listen, let's jump. We going to move right past that. Let's jump into this duck and dive.
Okay, look at the hawk.
Boy,
the mohawk.
Yeah, we out.
Ooh. Ooh. 5'9", 196 moving.
Boy.
Ooh.
Boy.
Relaxed, too. He was following all of the rules.
That boy
How'd you feel about
good.
that right there? Boy, why your arms look so big?
You know, I always had them biceps.
Yeah, man. Look.
I always had them biceps. Yeah, that boy.
Yeah. You was digging on that.
I remember when I got out, you know how they got all the scouts to your right.
Yeah.
I heard the whole crowd go, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I was gone.
Yeah,
I was out of there. I was moving. Yeah, shout out to Jimmy Rad.
What'd you
was
run,
his
man?
technique. First one was a 4.4 flat, and then my next one was a 4.5.2. They started me over four or five times on my second one. I said, y'all don't want to see me be great. Y'all don't want to see me be great. I didn't understand how when I ran the 4.5.2, that just became my official time.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
They said, oh.
Yeah, because you was moving. They had something going on with their little scans.
I don't know what it was, but that boy looked good. Okay.
Oh. Boy, looking like
you run strong. You run strong. That boy runs strong. What we?
So
4.4?
4.48.
Now, you wasn't healthy on this, was you?
So I had messed up my right toe. I had to get surgery on it 2 weeks later. And I wasn't actually going to run, to be honest. So the cleats that you see me wearing,
them throwbacks right there.
Yeah, them throwbacks. I had to borrow those from another running back that was in our group. Because, you know, I was told, man, hey, look, if you fast, you fast. Go out there and run. Right?
Yeah.
Guess who told me that?
Who?
Doug Williams. Doug Williams.
Okay. You said, you know what?
NFL,
you're right.
NFL great. Super Bowl champ. He says, if you fast, you fast. I was like, so I should run. So I called my agent.
You're telling me to go run.
So I called my agent. I was like, hey, I think I can run. Like, I'll just have to gut through it. And he was like, man, don't do that. I was like, well, I mean, at least if I run a good time, maybe they'll see that I ran through injury. Maybe that'll help out. And then, it all worked out, man.
Listen, it didn't matter because you were still going day one, round one. Okay, it didn't matter.
Nah.
You were still going.
Yeah,
it didn't matter.
man, that was a throwback right there.
Major throwback. Look, I miss my Hawk. I might go back to it.
No,
I won't.
yeah,
I'm just talking.
yeah,
I'm just talking.
keep it, at your age, man.
Listen, without this beard, I know I got some rough scruff going on right now.
Yeah.
Without this beard, I look like I'm still back there running. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Nah, you still have like the beard marks, the shadow.
No, I don't.
The shadow when you shave, you still have the shadow. So it actually looks.
I don't get.
You look like an older. You look like an older guy trying to be a younger guy when you shave all the way.
Out of all the flavors in the world you could be, you want to be salty. Because I can turn the clock
I'm lemon pepper, baby. Let's go.
Salty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. It's about that time. We got the man of the hour. We got the guy. Everybody wants to hear from him. I want to hear from him. Mr. Dante Moore himself. We are so glad to have you on, bro. It's been a pleasure to kind of watch you from a distance. Had the opportunity to see you at UCLA. Now welcome you back into the flock where you should have been from the beginning. I'm gonna say that, okay? You should have been here from the beginning, but we all got to take our own paths and we all get to where we get at the end of the day. But man, it's a pleasure to have you on. I know the fan base is excited to hear from you. Allow everybody to kind of get underneath that shell a little bit and know you for you. Talk to us a little bit about what you guys got going on now. I know everything is kind of starting to get back rolling. We at the end of the season. So where you guys at now? What's the off season looking like for you? Where you guys at right now?
Yeah, so currently we're just, lifting weights right now. Getting ready to prepare for spring ball coming up. Real young team. We lost, I think, 33 seniors, so we're just really young. But as of right now, we're just, keeping our head down, digging every day, reaching our winter goals. So that's where we're at currently. But getting ready for spring ball, getting ready to play back some football. That's the best part. But like I said, we're just, digging right now. That's the main thing.
How's it going with the construction going on with the stadium and with the practice facility and all that?
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, we'd be up at 5 a.m, heading to the facility, so it don't be that much going on. But yeah, I know. But just really after workouts and during the day, it's just traffic. The fields are all taken down. So when we're working out, we're looking out the windows in the weight room, and we're seeing that, the fields are all gone. We're thinking, hey, we're going to practice that. How is this going to change? It's in the third. But it's a lot of things going on. But I know it's better for the university, better for Oregon, better, upcoming things. We got the best facilities.
So now that you guys are kind of getting into the weightlifting and all that, are there any goals that you've set for yourself for this phase of the offseason that you're trying to accomplish?
When it comes to just my my body weight, my body fat, I've been talking to our dietitian. She has a great, plan for me. I've been doing really good for the past 8 to 9 weeks now. This is our 9th week of workouts. So I've been doing pretty good with that. I'm just taking care of my body, make sure I feel, best I can be on the field. I've been doing, goals with God, make sure I'm getting closer to Him. When it comes to, reading in the Bible daily, having our team chaplain, Josh, we meet every Monday at 5:15 or 5:25, whatever it is in the morning. So just doing that weekly, and really core. As a quarterback, we need core. So I've been doing a lot of core.
Yeah.
I'm making sure I've been dedicated to that. But I feel like, I've been doing pretty well. So, blessed to be where I am.
I seen the video that they got going around of you throwing in the indoor. And I'm going to give you your props because you look a lot slimmer now than what you did at the end of the last season. So I could definitely tell that you've been putting in the work. So kudos to you for that.
No, I appreciate you, man. Been trying my hardest.
Yeah, you should go follow Dennis Dixon on Instagram because Dennis be over there doing all kind of crazy core workouts.
Core is crazy.
Yeah, there's I don't know if you guys for sure probably know him. Dior Mathis, he played up there. He's from Detroit.
Shout out, that's my dog.
Shout out
That's
to
my
Dior.
little brother
I
right
always
there.
bring him up,
Shout out to
but
D.
man, when I be trying to work out with him back in the city, he talking about core and traps. Man, it's different when it comes to that. So I be trying to
Yeah.
follow his plan, see what he got going on.
Dior is that track dude, so he know all about that core.
Yeah, real speed.
If you ever want some stories, I got stories on D. That's for real, my little brother. That's for real, my little
Oh,
brother. We
yeah.
spent a whole lot of time together. Dior is probably one of the greater teammates that I had. Just a real good dude. Real good dude. Don't want nothing but the best for you. I was gonna ask you about that anyway. You being from Detroit,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Is that Detroit connection with Dior? I don't know if you know Devin Funches, from out that way.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great pipeline. We're trying to build from Detroit to Eugene. We had Derek Harmon this past year. We got Amari Washington there from Detroit. We got me, Dior. I mean, it's just, players that's, getting out there. So it's a good pipeline. We all locked in. Detroit, a lot of athletes that come from there. But, every time someone goes to university, make sure we keep in touch, make sure if they need anything to let them know. So it's a good pipeline. And, we all make sure we stay in connection for sure.
Was it cool going back to, Michigan this year, being able to play in front of your, be in front of your family and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was good to be in Ann Arbor. I mean, growing up, I've always played in that stadium when it was for, like, Little League games or whatever. So just being there, being in an environment, 110,000 screaming, it's always been a dream to be there. I was actually a captain for that game. So it was actually one of my first time in college being the captain for that game. So it was a good experience. It was good being back home. Warm up, seeing all my coaches from high school, family, being able to chop it up with them. I had like 35 people at that game, 40 people at the game. So it was pretty dope. I appreciate all my teammates helping me get tickets. So it was a good time for sure.
I was about to say, how
You
you get
was
them
deep.
tickets?
Yeah, so I was
right.
walking around the locker room, locker to locker. You got some tickets for me? So I had to get it
Yeah,
done.
they knew what time it was.
You've had one hell of a ride. Talk to us about your process of going from Oregon, being committed to Oregon, then getting to UCLA. Talk to us a little about what happened within that decision making that took you from Eugene down to good old UCLA.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories that people say about it, different opinions, but coming from me, the truth is, at the time I was actually preparing for my state championship high school game, and Coach Dillingham told me to call him, so he talked. And his dream job was to always be the head coach at Arizona State. So once he called me and told me to interview him for, I said, "Congratulations, coach. Like, I know you're getting the job. You're gonna try your hardest, do whatever you gotta do to get it." So at the time when he left, that kind of, it hurt me pretty bad. We were really close when he was at FSU. I visited down there, so we were really close. Like FaceTimed every day. Very close with my family, so we were just tied in. And then he left. Coach Landon told me not to panic. You're gonna find some people. He found Coach Stein. I didn't know much of Coach Stein at the time. Teddy Bridgewater, I mean, he told me a couple good things about him, like really good things. So I was, trusting in it, but my gut, it just kind of just told me, not to go. I was just, feeling kind of, comfortable but uncomfortable. And I didn't want to, throw myself in a situation where I would kind of regret it. So I was real close to Coach Kelly. Coach Kelly flew down to Detroit. We talked for a while. I went out to LA. Beautiful, Westwood, Beverly Hills, just, can't beat it coming from Detroit, especially. So being out there, chopping up with Coach Kelly, committed. I went out there, played as a true freshman. A lot of people expected, man. There was a lot of mistakes that happened. At the time I was beat up mentally, physically, and spiritually, to be honest. It was just a lot going on. Crying, really emotional, just, being 17 years old out there in LA, got so much going on. But really, that happened. But I'm glad I went through, that situation. End of the season, hit the portal. I knew where I was going off a rip. Coach Landon called me. I went there, committed. The team was already comfortable with me since I knew everybody, since I was getting recruited, all the players. But I feel like, the decision of me coming back was huge. Of course, some people will hit the portal and want to play, right away. But the biggest thing for me was development. Talked to Coach Stein. I know they were bringing in Dylan. Me and Dylan were really close. I talked to him like a lot, like he was my uncle, man. I was just conversating with him as much as I can about football, about life. He went from school to school, so there's a lot what he went through. So he taught me a lot. I'm glad I went through that. So patience is key. That's what I learned.
You were thrown into the fire young, and the season didn't go the way that you would have liked it to go, or the way that you probably thought it would have gone. Threw for 1,600 yards, 11 touchdowns, excuse me, and 9 picks as a true freshman. What did you learn in that process?
Yeah, I kind of related, my freshman year to how high school was. DeQuan Finn, he was at my high school. He went to Toledo, MAC Player of the Year. He went to Baylor, transfers and stuff like that. They came off a state championship, so coming in as a freshman, it was pressure on me already. You know, it was a lot going on in my head. You know, not wanting to fail. Everybody thinks of that. And in my freshman year, you know, we went to the state championship this and the third, but we lost. But you know, I did, you know, turned the ball over a good amount of times. You know, it was just it was a solid year. You know, everybody say he's a freshman, you know, he's gonna learn from it. So when it came to college, you know, I'm thinking to myself, you know, be more prepared. You know, prepared differently, whatever this and the third. But it's just, man, I remember Utah game, like them DNs is like 24, 25 years old, like DBs out there, you know, sliding 4-3. So it was very different when it comes to just playing wise, skill wise, talent wise. I mean, everything was different. You throw the ball a little behind the receiver and you get picked. You know, playing in, you know, college, the environments, playing at Utah is for sure the most intense game I had. So a lot of times, you know, it was pretty difficult. I mean, you know, at some point I could have just, you know, threw the towel in and said, "Hey, Coach Kelly, you know, I give up. This and the third." But I just kept fighting. My dad always told me, you know, just never give up. Just keep being who you are, even when it gets bad, even when it goes good. So it was pretty difficult, but I had a good memory. My first game of college, man, when I got called in to go in. I remember I threw my first touchdown to my running back, Carson Steele. He's on the Chiefs, so that was a good environment. You know, seeing the lights flicker around. You know, college. The stadium. You know, lit. So it was a good memory. A lot of bad memories though, but you know, I learned from it, and I know to this day I'm just gonna keep building and you know, bettering myself for sure.
Your first game was that against Charlotte?
Yeah, Coastal Carolina.
I was there for that game.
You were?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I
That
was.
was
I was
that
there
was
for
a
that
good
game.
game, man. It was one of my
Yeah.
first ones, so pretty dope.
So how do you deal with the pressure, the situation that you're in now? You got Dylan Gabriel, who was basically the talk of the nation last year. You coming into, the quarterback position, that room, how do you deal with the pressures really of knowing that people are talking about you potentially having a higher ceiling?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of talked to Dylan about it when you first got there. I mean, before Dylan, it was Bo Nix. I mean, Bo Nix had, you know, a great another college career. You know, he was a quarterback that was, you know, a baller at Oregon that everybody loved. We kind of talked about it, you know, how Dylan was going to come in and, you know, how really mentally he was about it. But he really told me, you know, at the end of the day, you don't want to compare yourself to nobody else. You know, you just want to play who you are. You know, really, that kind of hit me, and I was just like, you know what, when he leaves and my chance comes, I mean, really the biggest thing for me is just to play my style of football. You know, Cam Newton always told me you don't gotta do nothing special to be special. I mean, really, the biggest thing for me was come in, play my style of game. You know, I'm not much of a runner, whatever ish. Pro style, get the ball to the playmakers. You know, just control what I can control. So a lot of it is really, you know, not trying to think of what he did, just worry about what I can do to help better the team. You know, take the team to where we want to go as our goal. But really, it's a lot. I know I got on my side right here, Proverbs 27:17, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens
Yeah.
another. I mean, me and Dylan for sure when we was there was pushing each other weight room on the field. I mean, we used to room together on game days in the hotel room, so we used to just watch film in there. We used to laugh, talk, joke around about stories. You know, he'll call people, we just have a good time. So I mean, the biggest thing for sure for me, and what he told me is, you know, he gave me the keys. He's like, hey, man, you know, be who you are, you know, be a player, be the person you back who was in Detroit. You know, had the confidence and had the swagger. So I'm gonna keep that going, and you know, I'm blessed to be able to learn from him for sure.
I mean, it just really reflects on your maturity, to be able to have the mindset of I need to develop, right? And it don't
Crazy.
stop here. Every year you play football, you are having the mindset of I'm developing, right? I don't know everything. And if you continue with that mindset, bro, and have that same type of decision making mindset, sky's the limit, dog. Sky's the limit.
The society that we live in right now is a microwavable society. Everybody wants instant success right now.
Mhm.
So it says a hell of a lot about you that you were willing to come in, sit, learn, grow, develop, and now the opportunity is yours. Like a lot of people don't know how to wait. They don't know. They don't trust the wait. They don't want to. And so I'm really happy and I'm really excited for what's to come for you because I truly do believe that you're gonna have one hell of a season. I truly do believe it.
How does it feel having guys like Tez Johnson, promote you the way he's promoted you, man? Like that's got to be a good feeling, you
It
know.
don't get no bigger. It don't get no bigger.
Yeah. Nah, yeah. He first of all, to him, kudos to him, but he's done. Him getting ready to get to the league. But I mean, just seeing him at practice every day, how he pushes everybody, and man, people just talk about how small he is, his speed, this and that. Like his film don't lie. I mean, you can go to practice to watch him play. You can watch him in the game. How quick he is, how twitchy he is, how people got to double him and bracket him for the safety. Like it's so much that goes on to him as a player. But him, when we first got there to spring ball, we had our walkthroughs and practice, and like when I came in, me, I'm not gonna be the quietest on the football field. I'm a quarterback. I have to communicate. I have to say, hey, Tez, on this route, I feel more comfortable if you do this and third. And he looked at me as like he's coachable. He could have been like, I got you, bro. Like I've been doing this for my brother Bo. I've been doing this with Dylan. Like I'm good. Like he just said, I got you for sure. Next rep. And then, spring ball here, it's like everybody gets the, chance to play with everybody. It's not like, ones and twos. So we used to have a lot of reps together where, him out there in a slot, I mean, you got 100% confidence in him that he gonna make, somebody miss or get into a spot. But I mean, just having him as a resource to, coach me, I coach him, just seeing him as a player, how he pushed everybody, it's just, for sure a gift that he has. And him shouting me out and him just talking about me, I appreciate him a lot because he just, is a great person that has, a lot of spotlight on him right now. And, him throwing it out there for me is just, a good blessing. So I'm thankful for him and I'm praying for his future for sure.
With spring ball coming up, you guys going through workouts, what is the leadership looking like for you guys? You guys lost a lot of guys. What is it looking like for you guys as players from that leadership spot?
Yeah, like I said, we lost 33 seniors, so that's a lot for sure.
That's a lot.
That's a ton. We lost like everybody on defense. We lost a lot of people on offense. But what Coach Landon does, he does a real good job by, bringing us all together as a team. Literally last Friday, we had a juniors and seniors leadership meeting, and on Saturday, the next day, it was freshman and sophomore. It was at his crib, so we ate. We was in his garage, in his big garage, for like 2 hours, going over our presentation of how to become better leaders, how we can be, hey, everybody can lead. Everybody has a voice. You don't gotta be the oldest in the room. You can be the youngest in the room. So he does a good job for bringing us all together when it comes to that. He has a great plan for that, and I feel like just coming in, if he's somebody was to watch, or went to workouts and how we're all communicating and how we're all pushing each other, and it can be like the Korean. We usually break it down with a certain saying, connection, growth, toughness, sacrifice, family on me, whatever. It's like, that's big. And, a lot of times it's usually last year it was Bossa, it was Dylan, it was, the grown folks, but the Korean stepping up and doing it. Not many people are looking like, yo, who is this young guy doing? It's like, no, we all respect that. The Korean calling people out, Luke Moga calling people out, another quarterback, just everybody just, pushing each other, holding each other accountable. I mean, at this point, I told everybody the team, like, we lost a lot of grown folks, a lot of 6 years. Everybody's young on this team, so we're gonna respect each other. We ain't gonna look at somebody and think they better than that person. So we all been doing a good job. Coach Landon's been doing a great job for having us go to his house, learn, watch presentations of Kyrie, Curry, Team USA. It's just it's a long process with it, but this is just phase one, and we got a lot of more learning to do.
Man, I think that's awesome that you. First of all, I don't know if you caught this earlier, Kenyon. He called Dylan Gabriel uncle.
Look, I heard him say grown folk about 7 times in the last 2 minutes.
But that's
It's
really
true,
but
man.
that's
They
really
be
dope.
25 out there. It's like, dang.
It's a grown man game now.
But the respect that you talk with, bro, we've had some brief interactions. But listening to you talk, bro, I think you one hell of a dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
You got your head on strong, boy. Go ahead.
The way you sit and answer questions, the way you talk about your teammates, just the way you talk, you're a sharp young dude, bro.
Appreciate y'all, man.
I want to commend you on that.
Who can we thank, as far as your family, for being, the man that you are right now?
Yeah, I say my father. Growing up, parents divorced. My dad was taking care of, 3 kids. If if you had to work 3 jobs a day, 2 jobs a day, to whatever you had to do, to sacrifice for us, to make sure we got what we needed. But just growing up, man. I mean, just see my dad every day push himself. My dad, talk to us, communicate with us. It can be challenging at times, but just the way he showed me how to respect people. Him growing up in Detroit, him losing his mom and his dad at around, the age of around 12, 13 years old. I mean, him growing up, seeing how mature he had to be. So it kind of just reflected onto me. Like I said, I got to give a big shout out to him, but I say to him for sure. Like that's where I got a lot of the way I carry myself from for sure.
That's awesome to hear because not a lot of times we hear that answer of a father being that that guy, that presence in a young man's life, especially a young Black man's life. Being able to challenge you and push you, but also show you the way. So kudos to you, Pops. If you watching, you listening, you got a good son here.
Shout out to the fathers out there. And I say this: I don't got a dad, I got a father.
Yeah,
and I think there's a huge
there's
difference.
a huge difference.
There's a lot of dads out there, but it's not enough fathers, and it sounds like you got a father on your hands. So shout out to your dad, man.
Big shout out for sure, man.
Going back to football, what does success look like for you personally, outside of wins and statistics next year?
I treat success as happiness. What I'm doing, it can be in football, it can be in life, it can be out here in Eugene, it can be on campus. I mean, the way I carry myself every day is just, happy. Every day I wake up, blessed to do what I'm doing, to glorify God and whatever I do. But I say happiness, man. I feel like that's big success with me. Of course, you said not wins. Of course, success is if you get a win, of course you'll be successful. But more of it's just happiness, man. It's just the way going out there, being around a team, being around players. Like I said, I keep saying that we have one common goal, but just being happy while doing it. I mean, a lot of times people can do something but don't love what they're doing. But I feel like I've been blessed to be where I am. So just, being happy with everything I do, every decision I make, even if it's a negative one or a positive one, just being happy. So I feel like my success is based off happiness. Of course, everything you do, sometimes something you might do might be like, might hurt you, but at the end of the day, it's just, just look where I'm at. I just can't complain. Many people wouldn't be in my shoes, and I'm blessed to be where I am. So happiness is what helps me define success within myself.
I'm gonna challenge you to change that word happiness to joy.
Joy.
Happiness is fleeting. Happiness can change in a moment's time. Find joy in what you do. Let joy be your definition of success. Because joy doesn't come from anything else except the only thing above. You feel me? So yeah. So what does Dante do outside of football? What is like? I know you in
dance,
college.
you sing, you Chris Brown.
Nah, I ain't doing that. Really, outside of football, I love playing the game. I'm a big Call of Duty guy. I play the game a lot.
What's your kill or death ratio?
Yeah, what's your KD ratio?
I play Search and Destroy on multiplayer, so it kind of, I'm usually dropping. So Search and Destroy is different. People say they got 100 kills. That's team deathmatch. Search and Destroy is more strategic. So the most I've dropped was 30. That's a good amount on Search. So probably I don't know what my KD is, but it's a good for sure. I'm for sure best on the team. So Justice Logan hear this and be like, no, he not. I am for sure.
Okay.
But,
None of y'all are. I'll be the best.
Nah, man, it get hectic. But really, summertime here is beautiful. Right now it's raining, cloudy. Of course, people hate the back end of the year, but more of it summertime. I go down to Dexter Lake, and I'm pretty sure I've probably been down there. I tend to sit in the trunk of my car and read the Bible. I go out there, just post up out there, just seeing the sunset. More of I'm a nature guy. When my mom was out here, we went on a lot of walks. My dad loves walking, so I'm out in nature. I'm playing the game. My brother lives out here with me, so we're just kicking it. He's taking care of me. He has an older brother, so I appreciate him a lot. But really, man, currently right now, it's on the game, and I go teammate to teammate house. Like we all kind of stay close, so I'm bouncing in Gary Bryant's house, Sione, Malik, Benson, the new transfers came. I'm going house to house, just checking in, just, sitting there laughing, having a good time. So,
man, those were the days, dog.
Yeah, enjoy it, bro.
Those were the days.
Enjoy it. I'm having flashbacks right now.
Yeah.
Because being in your same exact position, doing some of the same things you did. One of my biggest, I don't want to say regrets, but it is a regret of mine. I didn't take advantage of the outdoors while I was in Oregon.
Me
And
neither.
Oregon is
I
one
don't
of the
even know
most
what lake you
beautiful.
talking about.
We don't know about Dexter Lake.
No, never been.
I've never been. I've never been, but I've heard of it.
I went
I've
down
never
that
been.
river. That's about it.
Yeah, Dexter Lake is where all the students be at, like on Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays. It's probably like 25 from Eugene.
Oh, that's why I ain't went.
Yeah, it's a little minute, but it's a lot of people go there. It's more of a good spot.
Do you wakeboard? You wake surf? You do any of that stuff?
Yeah, stay away
Nah,
from it.
the
You ain't
only
got
thing,
time for that, young fella.
yeah, the only thing I did in the water since being here was rafting. We went on a little leadership
Okay.
program last year, before the season started. It was me, Gary Bryant, Trayshawn, and who else was on our boat? Can't think of who else was on our boat. We was going rafting, trying to compete, who go down the fastest, but it was pretty scary. But that's the only thing I did in the water since being here.
Listen, I know we short on time. Stu, is there anything else you want to leave with him, ask him?
I got 2 questions, by the way, if y'all done. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
got.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask you one more question, man. What drives you? I want to know, but more importantly, Oregon fans want to know.
Kind of changed over these past years when I first got to college. When I was at UCLA, something that really drove me was my mom. She got diagnosed with breast cancer. That was probably one of my toughest days of my life. Finding that out, across the whole country. That was for sure what drove me and pushed me every day and making sure that we got closer and closer. Make sure I'm just texting her, calling her, this and that, the third. But that drove me a lot. It's built that fire in me. It just made me push myself. But coming out here to Eugene, I mean, getting in with our chaplain Josh. He, sat down, talked to me, got baptized when I got out here. Really, what drove me is Coach Landon just asked me what's my why recently. Just to glorify God, man. I mean, God has
Love it.
blessed me with, the body I have just to compete, play the game of football that I love, be around people that, I'm building connections with the rest of my life. Just doing everything to glorify him. It can be being an athlete, can be being a student. That's why recently my Instagram, of course, for the past probably year and a half now, it's just been, a lot of verses, a lot of, me reading the Bible, taking pictures of, if I'm reading Paul, if I'm reading, Matthew, just, things just to help push him out into the world. I know there's many people that follow him being Christians and, Christian followers, but just doing everything that he just, blessed me to do. He gave his son, Jesus Christ, to die for our sins. So just understand that every day, just that's what drives me to, just be thankful for that situation and the opportunity to be where I'm at. So that's the kind of the 2 things that have drove me recently these past couple of years.
Beautiful.
That is beautiful.
You said you got some questions for us.
I need best football memory. It can be whatever it is. It can be Little League, high school, college, league, whatever. Best football memory. And then best Eugene, Oregon experience.
You go first, Kenyon. Your brain work quicker than mine.
My best football memory, I think the easy one is winning the Super Bowl with Philadelphia. That's a memory that I'll keep with me and cherish forever. Had my whole family there, had friends there. My baby boy, had him on the field after the game. But outside of that, it was 2009 Civil War. They call it the rivalry game now. Out at our place to get back to the Rose Bowl. That was my first time being a part of a school rushing the field. That was probably one of the greatest feelings, the greatest moments. They was carrying me, had me lifted up. I had the rose in my mouth. It was one of those moments. That's probably one of the greatest memories of football that I've had. And then one of my greatest memories in Eugene.
It get crazy out here, I know.
Boy. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. I had some days out there now. I had some days. Oh, I gotta keep it PG.
Keep it PG, baby.
I would honestly say my fondest memories of Eugene is being with my boys Trevor, Andrew, Salih, Tufa, Bishop, Nasir. That was my crew when I was in school. And all of my memories have everything to do with them. That's who I was with every single day. That's who I was around. That's who I went out with. That was my crew. So my fondest memory is really just meeting them cats. I'll tell you how I met some of them off air. But really just meeting them dudes. I had a tight crew. And without the crew that I had, Eugene wouldn't have been what it was. I'm a firm believer in a place is only as good as the company that you keep. And the company that I kept while I was in Eugene was special.
Yes, sir.
All right. Favorite football memory would be scoring a touchdown in the Super Bowl 50. We lost.
Yeah, it was
But
yeah.
I think after a while, I had to come to grips with the fact that, boy, you made it to the Super Bowl and you scored a touchdown.
1,000%.
You know, so, and the reason why I do say that's my favorite, because I actually remember exactly how I felt on that play. I remember seeing where everybody was pre-snap. I remember what Tobe said to me. Like he yelled the curse word, but it was really loud, and he slapped me in the back of my chest or in my back. And I felt it in my chest. But yeah, man, special moment. My mom's, my aunt was there. My boys from Charlotte came. Some boys from back home in Washington. They showed up, and just an awesome year in general football. I feel like that year, people say, what a time to be alive. Right? Because it was special. And then, my favorite Oregon Duck memory would have to be beating USC. It was a moment where I was just proud of my teammates. A lot of people had us losing that game, and we went in there and put a whooping on them straight up.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like a wow moment. And then Eugene in general, just the summers, man. The summer workouts, those were the best days, bro. I mean, I remember it would be like, some days it would be like 95 degrees at night. And we just be outside. We'd just be outside with our beaters on.
Yeah.
Like,
nah, you didn't wear no shirt. You didn't wear no shirt. You didn't wear no shirt.
No shirt, beaters on, whatever it is. But we just out kicking it, throwing the ball around, right? Playing tips. Like, it was just a good time. Just young men, bonding and finding their way and building that chemistry. So that's why when you were saying, your off time, what you be doing, you just be going to your friend's house. You just be bouncing around, checking in on people and gravitating and building that bond. That's what's so special about being in college, because that's the only time where you are in a situation where it's built for you to build a community. So I loved it.
Appreciate that, man.
I'm gonna leave you with this. You brought up God a lot, and I love the fact that you so loud about God. I'm gonna leave you with Philippians 1:6. Being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ. He's doing something in you, and he's working in you. And at your peak, when you begin to experience success, don't stop doing and don't stop being who got you here. Because what the faithfulness that you've given to him is the reason you're in the position that you're in. And the fact that you're willing to take what he's given to you and turn right around and give it back to them, he'll continue to elevate you.
Yes, sir.
And then the last thing, to what Cam Newton told you, I tell kids this. Everybody thinks they have to do something extraordinary. They just have to do the ordinary things extraordinarily well.
Always speaking in Instagram captions.
That's it, bro. Just continue to be you, continue to evolve. And I've always said this about you, even when you was at UCLA. Your arm talent is undeniable. If you've caught up to your arm talent mentally, the country's in for a long, scary season.
That's definitely.
So, bro, shout out to you. We appreciate you. Much love. And I'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right, bet.
I'm
Appreciate
going
y'all,
to get
man.
up there a few times this spring.
Bet. Appreciate y'all, man.
It's cool to do these interviews with these young guys and just watch them live what we lived, but from the other side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like an opportunity for us to reminisce and to basically see like, man, they doing basically the same things that we did, but like just in a different era.
Yeah.
So
It makes me look back on guys that used to come in and talk to us while we were in school, because now you're seeing it from their lens.
yeah,
My grandmother used to always say this, rest in peace, Miss Rosemary Barner. She used to always say, just keep on living. And now that we've been in that spot, we've been in that position at the University of Oregon, we've kept lifting, we lived, we learned, we've made it through trial, tribulation. Now we speak from a different stance of not only being able to relate to these young cats, to where they're at and what they're going through, but also give them the other side of the coin. And that, I think that's the most beautiful thing about it. Being able to, I can relate with you with everything that you're going through, everything that you're experiencing. But now I can talk to you and help you avoid and help you remove yourself and do so many different things to keep yourself out of trouble and teach you how to deal with it. That is the most beautiful thing in the world to me.
yeah,
To be able to have lived the life that we live, had the experiences that we've had, but now being in position on this platform to be able to pour back into these young cats and really, again, relate to them. It's a lot of guys that can come talk to you but can't relate to you.
yeah, exactly. Blessing.
Beautiful thing.
Blessing.
Blessings.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Well, this was awesome.
Yeah, that's it. We're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up, baby. That's all we got time for. Stu, I love you.
Love you too, dog.
And as always, ducks of a feather flock together. And we out.